Hello, hello, everybody. Happy weekend to you. Hope you're having an amazing day. I'm just getting my desktop set up here real quick, and we will get into it. All right. Let me shrink this down a little bit so I can see it more over here. All right. I think we're good to go. So, hope you're having an amazing day full of amazing moments. We'll start off our session. I have been doing this for the last couple of days. I watched a wonderful video that inspired me to, like, when we start, I'll use the singing bowl in a moment, but taking a big deep breath to come back to the moment. We'll do 3 breaths, and each time, just silently or out loud, if you feel comfortable doing it, just saying, I remember who I really am. And it has this foundation with that. So let's start with there. So 3 deep breaths. You can hold them as long as you want, but each time you breathe in, I remember who I really am. So let's start. Big deep breath. Beautiful. And then I'll hit the singing bowl 3 times as well. And each time, just imagine beautiful waterfall of eternal, unconditional love energy, the essence of the Creator flowing down, filling our heart, our minds, our bodies, our lives up, and then flowing out to the world, sparking all those who are ready to have their vibration raised as well. All right, so here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Just gonna put it back here. And we will get started here. So I put that back there. So hello, everybody. So shout out here. I have a couple of my YouTube channel members here. We have Infinity, hello, and Sean G. Good to see you. And hey, everybody, welcome back. All my regulars, all my tribe, my family, my friends. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're new to this channel or to these readings, welcome. First of all, got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor, as we say. And so welcome. I'm glad you're joining us and being part of the group. And how the free readings work, real quick. The chat is the list. There's no special list, you just put your question out in the chat. If you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading and we'll pull cards. Free readings are like 1 to 2 cards, and we'll see what comes through there. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those, step out of the free readings, dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those too. And yeah, and then once I'm done, I return back. To make a donation, you can use the super chat or in the description box of the video. We got my Venmo, my Cash App, my PayPal, and Square. And so, whatever donation that you're wanting to make is the perfect amount. I know everyone's finances vary from person to person, day to day, country to country, with cost of living differences, exchange rates, everything else. So, whatever you give from your heart is perfect. Yeah. So I think that is the big thingy-majig there to start off. And I'm going to be using this beautiful deck called the Storyteller's Tarot. So that is where we will start. And we have a couple donations. So we will jump in and begin. So I think that's everything. I feel like I'm leaving something out, but if I remember, I'll say it. All right. So let's give these a couple shuffles, get the energy flowing. All right. So up first, we do have Infinity. Hello, hello. Oh, and Moonlight. Shout out to Moonlight, one of my other YouTube channel subscribers. So hello, good to see you there. Kind of blended in with the little green. All right. So let's give that a love and a like there, since it lets me do that, Infinity. And you want to know L's current feelings towards you? Does he keep you in his heart and miss you? All right, so current feelings. Got those. Does he keep you in his heart? We'll just ask those separately. And then, and does he miss you? All right, and then we'll see what this is about here. Looks like there's some extra deep information. We'll dive into those and see what's going on here. So we have the 6 of spikes on the bottom, which is the 6 of swords. And this is about victory. It is about equal attraction. I like this particular card because it shows it as a werewolf in the full moon. And of course, we do have a full moon in Aries next week. So if you guys are growing hair and feel like you're growing fangs, well, that's because that moon is definitely impacting us. So, and it's interesting. I mean, this fiery energy, there is this mutual attraction that's there, both energetic and physical, when we're looking at that on the bottom of the deck. So the attraction is there. We'll find out more about emotions and things. I'm seeing something out of the corner of my eye. We might be having someone saying hello from the other side. I keep on just seeing them like right here. So, Al's current feelings. Here we go. So, oh, wow. So we have the star card coming in first, which is all about, dreams come true, hope, and this balanced energy that's coming in. But I like this. It's one of the dreams come true, kind of wish upon a star kind of cards that are coming in there. We have the 8 of spikes, the 8 of and I'm sorry, the 6 of spikes is normally not about equal attraction, but they showed me 6 of wands in my head for some reason. 6 of spikes is 6 of swords, and here's the 8 of swords. But when spirit puts a veil over our eyes and has tarot readers see a card in our heads, that's what they want me to see. So, but this 8 of swords here coming in here is this energy of, you know, um, becoming aware of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have made them feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted before. And it's a good card because it's flowing of thought and belief. And so they're getting out of their head of some old ways of thinking, some old fears. And there's this movement, the 6 of swords, the card that's on the bottom of the deck, the one that's really there, is about leaving behind old ways of thinking, moving to new ways of thinking too. So I like this because it's like they're taking the cage off from around you about who you're supposed to be and should be, and they're really realizing who you are, and I like that. Yeah, and you got the page of scepters, the page of wands. So here is the heightened passion that's coming in here too. Now, emotions seem to be, um, and we'll take a look at your other two parts of your question here, but cups is missing from this, which is doesn't mean that they don't care about you. It just means they don't have a whole lot of emotion available. And maybe these other four cards that came out, we'll take a look at those. And I feel like they'll give us a little more input into that. But I feel like they don't have a whole lot of self love, and they can only give as much love as they have for themselves to other people. So I feel like their self love is really low, that they tend to look at expressing their care for others through passion, through attraction, through intimacy, not so much through expression of emotion. So we'll see what else comes in here. Because you wanted to know here too, does he keep you in his heart? Let's take a look here. Well, we got the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is, a abundant card that tells us that, you know, whatever unfolds is for us, and it's endings, beginnings, faded, turning of things that come in here. And I do feel like there is, with this card coming in, some past life connection between the two of you. And so it even feels deeper than that, deeper than in their heart. It feels like they keep you in their soul. It's like you're even below in like their solar plexus and in that, type of area that they are in their life. So I feel like it feels deeper, and there's this lifetimes, like many lifetimes connection that keeps you guys, connected there. And so I feel like there is this, and that makes sense with that energetic heightened connection that's there. They might not even understand why is it so I don't want to say intense, but it kind of feels that way. And let's take a look here and see, does he miss you? Let's take a look here. Yep, I have the world card. This is an ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures. It does feel empty. I don't know if they miss people, because it doesn't feel like, because of this little amount that they care for themselves as far as self-love, that they don't miss other people, because it's like that's an emotion, and I feel like they have, like, their heart is numbed, or in like a straight jacket in a padded cell somewhere inside of them, where they're not allowed to feel their emotion very much. But it's like you filled up their world, and without, when you're not in it, it does feel empty, because you brought so much fullness that it does. So I would say that, they would say, yeah, I miss them, but they really don't, have that in there. Let's see what else here, because there was more to this, the feelings that are here. Yeah, very much in their minds with the King of Swords. And let's see what else we have here. Yeah, they're really, because they got the King of Swords, you got the King of Coins too. They're really focused a lot in the outside world, not so much inward. Seven of Coins too, Seven of Pentacles. Very slow in um, taking action. The last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And again, star card before, that's, the star card is the dream come true. The Nine of Cups is the other dream come true. And here with the vehicle, which is the Chariot, there is this energy of choice, and it is movement and victory. And so I feel like they're trying. I'm seeing like a chariot stuck in mud, where they're trying to get things moving within them, but until they're ready to get out of their head and get into their heart and transform and kind of free their heart from the cage that their mind has their heart in, they don't. they're only given enough emotion that they are able to give, which isn't a whole lot, but they're trying to make up for it and giving in the outside world and giving with passion and that's the fire and the air and the earth, but the water is kind of iffy still, right? So that's kind of where they're at right now, Infinity. I just feel like they're in their own little, I don't want to say their personal hell, but it it feels like an emotional insane asylum is what their heart is in, there. But let's see what else we have here for your Akashic Truth Oracle card. Yeah, got the warrior spirit. And here's that full moon again, that werewolf full moon. Relentless commitment to challenges approaches life as a personal battle, here to master their forceful nature. So I do feel like, they have this warrior mentality. They don't give up, they persevere. They're just trying to get out of that mud, trying to get out of this emotional mud so that they can learn to love themselves and then be able to express those emotions. But they're giving what they can right now, um, if that makes sense. All right. So that's what they have for you, Infinity. So thank you again for your donation. And welcome some more of my YouTube channel members. Hey, everybody. Johanna, welcome, welcome. And Nelia, hello, hello. Good to see everybody. All right. So let us shuffle these up and we will move on to greetings. You're so funny. So, CC, you are up next. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. And you want to know, when M tells you that she loves you, is it as a friend or more than friends? Ooh la la. Let's take a look. And let's tap into M's feelings, into those situations when she's told you that. And let's see what we've got coming in here. All right. So on the bottom of the deck, we do have the Five of Spikes, which is the Five of Swords, which does talk of conflict, inner conflict between head and heart. So I wonder if she, uh, you know, her heart says one thing, but her head says another, um, with this, and mostly with these other cards here, because that's just the energy flowing on the bottom of the deck. So um, I feel like if you get mixed messages, because you might be like, sometimes I feel like it's more than other times I feel like it's not. Well, you would be right because when the mind is in control, it's like, no, 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 friends, we have to have boundaries. And then when their guard is down and their heart is out playing, the heart is like, I love them. And the mind's, no, don't say that, and has the little leash and pulls them back. But let's take a look here. Let's see what else comes in here. Yeah, they have the Eight of Coins, the Eight of Pentacles. So, there is this kind of evolution that comes in with the Eight of Coins, where I feel like they're in a process of changing and transforming from like a caterpillar to a butterfly, and they're in a cocoon, and they're going through these changes. And I feel like they're holding back because they're like, I don't know if you're going to be a butterfly too, and who's going to be a butterfly when I come out of my cocoon. If, those that have also transformed, we can go places. But if people have stayed caterpillars, then they don't, then they're like, we can't, we're going to be so different. You can't go where I'm going, right? So it's not that they doubt that you will go through this transformation. They're just in their cocoon. It's hard for them to see through the cocoon wall who is and who isn't, because they're kind of focused on their own inner transformation. And so when you know, they can see the possibilities in all caterpillars that they can be butterflies, but they're not sure who will and who won't, right? Yeah, and they have the Two of Scepters, the Two of Wands, Pisces energy with the Pisces constellation coming in here. And again, this talks about the swaying between the two energies. When she's at higher vibrational energy, you feel the love. When she's in lower vibrational, you feel the friendship boundary and kind of energy that comes in with that. Yeah, you guys with the Six of Cups, you do have some past life connections that come in here. And with this Ace of Coins, this is about looking at, um, you know, the like self worth and relationship to the outside differently. And there's this, they can see the opportunity that they could see it going there, but there is some fear there too that, again, that's the mind when it kicks in and goes, well, you know, I it's they're reminding me I used to tell some close friends when they shared that they were um attracted to me and I was attracted to them, and I'd be like, we kind of have a choice. You could be like my boyfriend for 3 months or my friend, a close friend for a lifetime. Which would you want? That's where I was at that time. And I kind of feel like this is the kind of, you know, saying that they have in their head as well. So, I feel like they're kind of like, I don't want to ruin this, but I don't know. And that's why they're these mixed messages coming in, right? Yeah, but they have the Ace of Hearts here too. So Ace of Cups, it does tell me here, you've got this past life connection, and let me return back to that because kind of leaped ahead here to the Ace of Cups. They are trying to find their self love. They are transforming, but they could see this as going more. And you guys have been more in past lifetimes. You've had these connections that have gone back to other lifetimes, and so you do have this that kind of confuses the heart a little bit because it's like, we've been, more than that before. So the heart's all, hey, hey, look who it is, right? Because the heart has more connection to our Akashic records in our subconscious than our mind does. So it senses deeper emotions than we've had before. So yes and no, right, to your question. They do. Their heart does. Their mind has its rules, right? Let's see here. I do have Akashic Truth Oracle. That's like the fortune cookie that I'm giving away to those that make donations. So let's take a look here and see. All right. So you get two. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, we have Take the High Road, which says you're at an impasse with a relationship or situation. It's now time to think bigger, release desired outcomes, and take the most positive course of action. And it's about authenticity. I don't know if this peacock, if this is like a special message for you. I feel like it means something more to you. But it says, be your divine self at all times. You weren't designed to fit in. Break away from expectations and fully express yourself in your own unique way, and you'll be a magnet for success. So I like this. It feels like they're saying kind of just let's just ride, let's just ride the wave, see what unfolds, see who wins between their head and their heart, um, and just wait a little bit with that. Be true to you. Be your authentic self. Don't back off or whatever. Just be you, your authentic self. Right. Be that peacock, and then, but take the high road and just remember who you are. Remember your higher self. Remember there's lifetimes that you guys have had those connections, and just talk about whatever you want to talk about. So even if you want to talk to them about that, it's just in the back of my head. I'm going, hey, have you ever felt like we've known each other in past lifetimes? And just see what they say. That can be an opening. They'll be like, no, I don't. And you're like, oh, okay. Sometimes I feel like there's something deeper, like something below the surface. And if they are oblivious or are afraid, just honor that, and just kind of move along in conversation, right? So hopefully that helps, CC. I like that. So hopefully that makes more sense about the mixed messages that you've been getting. All right. So many blessings to you. And then we have got Star Ruby. So hey, Star, let's give your donation some love and a like since it lets me. And welcome to the channel. Thanks for being a new subscriber. Good to have you here. And so you can you please tell me his current thoughts, feelings towards your connection? Confused by his text messages. I'm sure you're not alone. Let's take a look here. You're welcome, Cece. Oh, thank you, Star. Sometimes I put people to sleep. All right, so let's take a look here and see what's going on. His current thoughts and feelings. Look at his thoughts first. So those are his thoughts, and then look at his feelings here. And sometimes we'll ask intentions. We'll see what's bouncing around below in his his operating system in his head. I feel like that makes sense because I feel like maybe he's a bit of a geek, like an IT person. It's like he would talk about his operating system. Let's find out what program is running down there. But I see how it seems like with the Knight of Pentacles, things have been going a little slow, a bit going on between the two of you. They're not in any kind of rush to get anywhere. So that's kind of it's that underlying energy, just very grounded, very um, stubborn in a way, kind of Taurian energy. It just feels very, I'm going to go at my own pace and you can't push me. You never push a bull. You're like, all right, bull, you move at whatever pace you want to, right? So I see that here. Sleep time stories with brother Zen. You guys are so funny. So so first of all, thoughts. Let's take a look at their thoughts. Yeah, so here's we also got some Leo energy with the strength card coming in. Very unique individual. And with the justice card, the balancing out of things, balancing out of their head and their heart. So, their overall thoughts seem, very um I'm going to say pointed inward on themselves right now. We'll look at feelings, but their brain is focused on, this Leo energy of being seen, of leading, of moving forward. And, even the Knight of Coins is a quest for the coin and the outside world and abundance. It makes sense coming in here. And with the Justice card, it's the balancing of the scales of thought between seeing things from a higher perspective and getting out of their head around a lot of small t truths and rules and supposed to be's and should be's, need to be's. They're really kind of in this, I don't know, even it feels like Saturn returnish, where they're really questioning a lot of long held beliefs in their head. So I feel like when we're looking at their thoughts towards your connection, it's kind of lost amongst all these other thoughts. I feel like they're a big, like they can overthink things and they've got so much that they're thinking about that it's just like adding something in. They're showing me, it's funny, like, at one of those little kid parks where they have all those colored balls and it's like there's hundreds of them. It's like throwing a colored ball in there and going, which one's me again? It's like they get lost in thought. But let's take a look at feelings because I feel like they have steam and smoke coming out of their ears from overthinking that comes in with that. So let's take a look here at their emotions. All right, yeah. So they definitely they see you here. There's a lot of emotion that they don't kind of identify here because you got the Empress, which rules over all the queens. I'll talk about her in a sec, but the High Priestess, very much divine feminine energy, and so they definitely see this with you here. And with the Ace of Spikes that came out with it, this is clarity of mind, and they're trying to have their mind process emotion, which don't work. But the Empress, she rules over all the queens. So there's four queens, right, in the tarot, and one for each suit. But all the queens get a second portion of emotion. So the Queen of Cups gets a she rolls over cups, but she gets a second cup. So there's five parts emotion, one part earth, one part fire, one part wind. So there is a lot of emotion that flows below the surface. I just feel like it's the the emotional barometer, or the emotional measuring system is offline because there's so much focused in their brain, in their head. It's like sometimes we can be so caught up in our head that emotion, what's that? And I kind of feel like they're like, what is all this stuff? They recognize there's a lot of it, but they're having trouble really processing it. But it's there, which is good because I feel like they'll eventually figure it out. Just that Knight of Pentacles is they're kind of slow moving when it comes to that. Um, so I can understand why you're confused with his text messages because they're probably scattered all over the place. It's like, let me see, it'd be like adult, what is it, ADHD, but it's like emotional, instead of oh, I was gonna say it's an emotional disorder, but not to downplay any real mental illnesses. But I just feel like they haven't had to deal with a lot of emotion in their life, and they're trying to get that. Let's see what these intentions are. Let's see what that program is running below the surface here. All right, yeah. So I do like this. I mean, we've got the Hanged Man. So they are going through this transformation. They are trying to see things from a higher perspective and trying to understand things. And again, here's the Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles. So they see you as someone who's very nurturing, very giving. And this Ace of Coins, the intentions, the operating system is saying that they do want an opportunity to experience the nurturing and the divine feminine from you. This is more the foundation of it is like in the physical world, because that's what they can understand right now. So it's a good start. It's like, okay, you'll experience me, the touch, the um, hanging out in person, meals, you know, different activities out there. But it's not passion. It's not necessarily that yet. But I feel like it's like the systems will start coming online and things will balance out. But I feel like they're kind of, I don't want to say naive, but kind of inexperienced with emotion. And I don't know if people have been patient enough to allow for the systems to come online before they um, bow out and exit out of their life, if that makes sense. But I feel like they're working on it. So, and there's a lot of emotion. I have strong confidence they'll figure it out. Let's take a look here at your Akashic Truth Oracle here. So hopefully that makes sense, Star Ruby, if that resonates. They've got a lot of stuff going on here. Yeah. And we've got kind of a forgiveness energy that comes in here. It says withholding forgiveness only hurts you and prolongs the pain. It's time to forgive someone, or maybe even yourself, so you can stay on the path of your highest potential. It's even like if you look back at here, there's a buck back here in the sunrise. And I feel like it's it's almost like forgiving their actions and non-actions, their words and silence, and realize, they're doing the best they can. Really, we all are. We're always doing the best we can with our energy and the knowledge we have. I just feel like they um they just it's like brand new territory for them. Um, and you can be maybe Star Ruby, you'll be the star to help guide them in their night. help them help them, uh, ask them questions, guide them a little bit, nudge them a little bit here and there, um, have some good conversations, just allow them the space to be true to them. Because, like I said, I feel like most people grow impatient with them and just, "Ugh, you're too much, I'm out. Uh, but I feel like they're worth the wait, if that makes sense. So I like that for you, Star. So welcome, welcome. So glad that resonates there for you. And thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Hopefully, we'll see you around some more. We're on for the free readings and for these. I'm on Friday and Saturday nights and Saturday and Sunday mornings. All the times are in the description box of the video. Right? Absolutely. Thank you so much. All right. And then Johanna, you are up next. So thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. Let's see. You said you just saw someone you follow on Instagram post a story about ladybugs. Oh my gosh. See, they're making themselves known. All right, let's see. He said you just watched Maleficent. You really like and connected. The original, or did I think they had two, and I think a third one's coming out. Are you the fairy? They're everywhere. They're everywhere. All right. So let's take a look here. Yeah. Well, I think that because they had the first one, I mean, Angela Jolie, I think she's in all three. Because I think the third one's coming out. They had the first one where she first met the young girl, and then the second one, I think, is when she's married, um, and um, and her she has the young girl gets married, and the queen is an evil queen. Yay! And then there's a third one coming out. I thought I saw too. But yeah, I loved it too. So, fairies, let's take a look here and find out, do you have a fairy spirit guide on your team, or what kind of connection or what kind of connection do you have with fairies? And actually, we have a fairy oracle we might be taking a look at here. All right. Yeah, I like it. Queen of Spikes, balancing of head and heart. But I'm being drawn here. I actually have a healing with the fairies oracle. So let's take a look here. I knew I had a fairy deck. I was looking and they're like, it's right there. So what do the fairies want you to know? All right. A romantic partner. So I feel here, yeah, I have enough oracle decks. I have well over 100. I know probably have close to 125, 150. And I just got a new one in today. I know it might need an intervention, but I like this. The romantic partner coming in here is telling me that you have lifetimes as a fairy, and so you have this experience, these emotions in your Akashic records that come in here as well. So I don't necessarily feel like you have a very present, continuous um, fairy spirit guide. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we all have a variety of so many different spirit guides that come in and out and come in and out. But I don't feel like one of your primary ones that's always in each lifetime or a lot in this lifetime is that. But I feel like you have past life connections of being in here too. and that you have this romance as a fairy. Um, and we'll see what comes in here regarding romantic partner. So it does talk about romance, of course, and um, I don't feel like this because this talks about a new romance coming your way. But this is talking about connection. And so when we're reading through this, they're telling me, look at this as a new type of awareness of a romantic connection that you've had in a past lifetime. And that that is something that you're tuning into and resonating with, right? So this is a new I'm gonna try to phrase it and try to put that in here. So it's a new romantic connection, a new romantic fairy connection, a memory of one is coming your way. A former partner, a revival of the passion that you had in that relationship, and it'll delight you now as you and in the near future as you recall more details and you sit with it and sit outside in nature and think about the experiences that you had because by drawing this card the fairy realm wants you to know that this new wave of romance is coming your way. Romance can manifest itself in a number of delightful forms, and I don't feel like it's there's talking about a new partner coming into your life now, but this is a memory that comes in here that makes your heart sing with excitement and passion, a rejuvenation of waning romance, um, and it's going to activate current love here in this realm, in this lifetime. And it is an exciting, I feel like it's a gateway that helps you connect to things and to open up more as far as romance. Like it brings in romantic magic into your heart. Fairies love romance and they know the importance of feeling passion in a relationship. Ask them to help you with imaginative ideas to create more romance in your life. They remind you that romance is a state of mind and it involves playfulness and creativity. Sometimes when we're stressed, we crave romance the most, yet we may not know how to experience romance. Let the fairies help you relax, allowing an inflow of romantic ideas to easily come to your mind and also giving you the energy to put them into action and enjoy them to the utmost. The affirmation, I am a romantic person. I release any fears I may have about giving or receiving love. I like that. So, definitely this energy of, you know, um, magical romance from your life, maybe even more than one. You can see what comes to you, but this romantic life you had as a fairy and how you can bring in that magic into romance because they didn't fear, they didn't hold back, they didn't have, in fairy communities, they don't worry about what people think. They're very sassy and confident and magical. They're like, "Psh, what are you afraid of?" So I like that. All right, very good. I love that. I know, beautiful, beautiful. So I love that connection that you have there and waiting for Wicked to come out too. Oh, right. Yeah. The witches. The witches. So, and then I didn't give you let's give you an Akashic Truth Oracle as well. See what else they have to say here. Yeah. Look at that. Release judgment. And it says, holding on to judgment, whether of yourself or others, only clouds your vision. Release it and see the world and your path with clearer eyes. So again, there's that freedom, that letting that, energy out and that the restrictions that would be there, oh, I can't express that, or this is how it's supposed to unfold, blah blah blah. There's more of that freedom that flows. Almost went falling off my chair. Just closing my blinds since the sun is setting here. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Boom. So there we go. Right. So that's what they have for you, my dear, my dear. Thank you again for your donation. All right. And then, so we've got a couple from Nelia, and then Moonlight, and then Joyful. You'll be up after that. All right. So, Nelia, for the first wink, wink sticker there, thank you so much for that donation. Anything you need to know regarding your workplace, where it's headed, what to expect, etc. All right. Let's take a look here and see what's going on. Hello! Good to see you. Let's see. See, so my voice is very soothing. You haven't fallen asleep yet while I've talked. Wow, you are strong. The force is strong with this one. Thank you for the beautiful blessings as well. Just making sure. And then we'll grab your free reading a little later as well. All right. So let's take a look here. What you need to know regarding your workplace. Let's just ask that in general first. I feel like they just want to give you a heads up on that. Okay. And then where is it headed? Okay. And what to expect. All right. So I like the underlying energy of the Lovers card because the Lovers card, no, there's not going to be a workplace romance. I know. It's good. You don't want to, as they say, poop where you work or eat, right? So the Lovers card in this case is about important um, relationships at work, but it's about emotional choice too. It's like they're saying, whatever unfolds, just remember that you get to choose what you're wanting in life and what's coming in there, right? Oh, you know what, Maria, I'm so sorry. Let me double check here. Actually, Maria, you'll be after this from Nelia here. I had my email set on my junk folder, not my inbox, so I missed your donation. But it happens to be next. So I haven't done yours yet there. So I'm glad you mentioned it. Because I would have totally like gone, where is it? All right. But I feel like they're telling you, no, you hear that no matter what happens, it's like you get to choose how you feel about it, and there's empowerment that comes with that. And it's I feel like they're telling you that as your underlying energy in the bottom of the deck, just to go like no matter wherever you go, there you are, and you can choose to be happy in any situation. You get to choose the emotion. You don't have to choose the opinion of what we've been told we're supposed to feel, in a particular, situation. So I like that. And then you hope everyone is married. Whoa, maybe there's someone new. Yeah, so it's not that romance thing. So this is just generally what they want you to know about work next. You have the King of Spikes, which is the King of Swords. You have the Knight of Coins, slow movement. I see that here, and the Eight of Coins. But I feel like there's going to be some learning coming in here. It feels like things have been slow and it takes a lot of time for movement to happen there. But I feel like if you're drawn to learn something new, like higher education or training or learn a new skill, that this is very welcomed with the ruler over higher thinking and learning and wisdom. And the Eight of Coins, which is the card of from an apprentice becoming a master, someone graduating from school or learning and obtaining certifications and things like that. I feel like that there's an opportunity with the slow movement of things, that would help with work too. Let's see where it's headed here. These were the next three cards here. So where is it headed? All right. Yeah. So you have the 10 of spikes, the 10 of swords, letting go of expectations, people pleasing. It's like um movement of thought and how things are supposed to be and should be and need to be, the release of any mental limitations that might be there. We have the strength card, which I like this particular one because this lion has red eyes. It's hard to see it. I don't know if it'll focus. No. But there's this, they've got red eyes, and in this particular, this is Leo energy, leadership, stepping out, shining bright, the feeling of needing to expand and come in. And we've got the Trojan horse of the 5 of cups, which there's a lot of emotion below the surface here too, where it's headed, where it's an opportunity to transform, that there might be some disappointment, some lower vibrational emotions that kick in, but we can take that and transform it instead of allowing it to be like a disappointment that takes us on a downward spiral. Something we can be disappointed in and go, you know what? I'm going to take it upward. I'm going to take this as an opportunity. I'm going to ask myself, what gift is in this situation for me? What is it showing me? What's unfolding, right? And then you wanted to know expectations, right? That was the other one. Yeah, what to expect. Let's take a look here. So you got two cards and two cards, but they're kind of together. So we'll look at these two cards first. Yeah. So you've got the Three of Swords, which is expectations equal disappointment, right? And the Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And what I'm getting with these two cards is like this nudge to don't sacrifice your happiness, your success, your abundance for the sake of others. That's what is coming in here. It's like, well, I would like to go do this and do this. I'm like, oh, we can't, but if you could just, we'd hate to lose you. If you could just hang out here and work for us, sacrifice yourself, we would appreciate it, and it's like, well, I feel like you've given a lot with this company and given a lot of yourself, and you bring such benefit, but it's like you don't get rewarded a lot from it, if that makes sense. And so I feel like there is some change that is coming. But I feel like if they won't give you an opportunity to, like, to go to school and to learn and to grow and enhance, I feel like you're outgrowing that. The Eight of Coins can be that too, where you've been developing, you've been changing, and if they won't change with you, then you might, like, outgrow them, and if they won't change with you, then it's time. It's like, the caterpillar transforming into the butterfly. If they all stay caterpillars, you're like, I gots to fly. I got wings now, so I need to go. And if you're not able to adapt with me and allow me to be a butterfly and allow me to fly, then I need to go somewhere that does, right? And we do have the Eight of Hearts, which is Eight of Cups, leaving behind emotions and relationships that don't, you know, um, benefit you anymore, and being able to move forward. And the Four of Coins is the Four of Pentacles. It's the solid foundation in the outside world, that I need something more stable. I need something that makes me feel at home, that balances my outside world, that, brings in all that, right? And that's what I feel like you've been putting a lot in. And even on the bottom of the deck, because you had the Knight of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Both of those are, about, um, things taking forever. But the Seven of Pentacles too is when the fruit starts to grow and it's like, that's it. Um, I want more. That's not enough for me. It's like, oh, I planted a blueberry bush, but that blueberry bush isn't going to feed me. I need to have an orchard. I need more. And that's kind of what I feel like you're headed towards. Yeah, which is all right, that you don't know where, but once you admit it to yourself and you're like, yeah, because I feel like I don't know if you limit yourself by thinking, well, I'd have to go to school for that and I don't want to do that. But when you find out what you want to do and what you love in life, then you're like, it doesn't matter when. You can become a nurse at any age, doctor, lawyer, whatever. You're like, it's a lot of work, but I'm going to live my dream. I'm going to love the process of learning too. I don't need to rush to try to get to, that. My whole journey of what I want to become is what it's about, right? Let's take a look here. Yeah. And your fortune cookie is Soul's Whisper, which says, your soul is whispering its deepest desires and truth to you. In the quiet moments, listen closely. It's guiding you towards your authentic path. These cards are amazing. I'm so glad I got these because they're just so right on the money. So your soul is whispering. Sometimes it just takes a step back and to listen, right? And to get quiet and get out of our head and into our heart. Close our eyes, open our heart, and say, guide me to where you're, what would make my heart sing, what would make me feel full. Show me, and they will. They all we have to do is ask. So I like that. I like that for you. All right. So that is what they have for that one. And then I'll be back to your other one here. Maria did donate in between your dual donations. So I'm going to bump over to her. And then I'll be back for Nelia, Moonlight, and then Joyful. Yeah, I love that. I love this for you. And it's like discovering how you uniquely want to share the unconditional love in your heart with the world, right? It's like if suddenly I wanted to be a nurse. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go to nursing school. I'm going to do it. Even if I'm 57 years old, I'm going to go do it. If that's what I wanted, if that would, I feel would make my heart feel full, I'm going to go do it. What's stopping me? Only me, right? So I like it. All right. And then Maria, you are up next. So thank you so much for your donation. We're for the evening soap opera of So Are the Days of Our Lives. So let's take care, Maria. So we want to know, what are Walter's feelings and thoughts towards you tonight? Ooh, all right. So feelings. All right. Like those are feelings. Those are thoughts. Why did the dog attack his ex-wife? Ooh. Because he's put beef jerky in her pants. The suspense scene. Right? Well, we'll find out here. So what's coming for you and Walter in this upcoming week? All right. Just one. All right. We'll take a look here. So, yeah, let's jump to find out what was going on here first. We're just going to jump to that scene there. Yeah. So we've got the King of Scepters, which is the King of Wands, and the Lovers, which is emotional choices. And so that dogs sense emotion so deeply, and so this makes sense. Very aggressive energy that can come in here with this King of Wands. It's a lot. They wield a lot of fire, and if they had lower vibrational energy, coming in here, that that aggressiveness, that dog could feel like the protectiveness kicked in and made it, you know, defensive, and made him, want to attack with all that energy that comes in here. That's even, you can even see they're attacking here in this particular card here. So, it's definitely, I wonder, I think is this the Wounded Warrior? I just want to take a look here. I think this is Chiron. I just got to look in the book here. So a newer deck that I have, so I'm not 100% on here, but I feel like it's important. So that's why I'm going to look it up here. King of Scepters. Are they the Wounded Warrior? What's Centaurus? Yeah, it's Chiron, who is the Wounded Warrior. You can't make that up. So they became the Wounded Warrior because of the aggressiveness and that energy that was going on. So that's what triggered. Dogs are, reactive animals. They're just like, you're endangering, and so whatever emotions that she was choosing, it was lower vibrational, which made the dog go into this mode, and she didn't um, pay attention to the warnings of the dog, and so dogs do what they do, right? So that's funny. Not funny that she got attacked by the dog, but just that's the energy that came through. And then what are Walter's feelings towards you right now? So we've got the 10 of coins and the king of coins. So fullness and wholeness. I mean, two very abundant, fulfilling cards coming in here. And I like it. That's just, again, with all the drama that happened, they're like, wow, what a difference. You look like, a lotto Powerball win in comparison. So they definitely have these emotions of like, wow, they could see this partnership. They could see this. It just fits so well, with that. And their thoughts, yeah, they got the two of scepters and the five of scepters. So there is this, these thoughts of that go back and forth with this Pisces energy of the two of wands. And the five of wands is transformation of drama as well, So we definitely have clear energies here with them thinking, of this energy. It's just when it comes to comparison and that they just see the difference between their experiences. They're still, you know it goes back and forth because in some ways, and it's not even close, but in some ways the relationships they had in the past started off with what they're remembering. They started off kind of a mirage, you know, and I feel like they feel themselves being drawn and they can see all this stuff, but they're kind of remembering. I felt this way a little bit with these other relationships too, and they ended up, I take a big drink of this water because I'm dying of thirst in the desert, and I end up with a mouthful of sand. And that's what they feel they've had. But in this one, you know, that's why it's good that you guys are taking your time, and it's proving, oh, this is actually water. This is not sand like the other ones. They'll take little sips. They're tentative, even though they are convinced that you are unlike anyone else. They still are, well, but let's not be stupid, and I like that they're not stupid, which is good. What's coming for you and Walter this upcoming week? Well, nine of coins, nine of pentacles, more of this, um, abundant kind of energy with the nine of coins. This is the pig in the Chinese zodiac, which is like the piggy bank, which is abundance, which is fulfillment. But then the nine is the hermity type of energy. So it's either that you guys, are staying to yourselves, or if you do get together, it's not like in a public place. It's just kind of hanging out, by yourselves. Um, not a lot of people around or no other people around, kind of energy that comes in there. Let's see what else they want you to know with the Akashic Truth Oracle. All right. Yeah. So the card that came out here is Step Back. And it just says, so you're being asked to step back from your life in order to gain perspective. When you're too close to a situation, it can be hard to make a decision. So span out and view your life from a distance, span out and view their life from a distance so you can get the perspective that you need, which, like you said, friendship, which is good. It's like, all right, we can get sucked in so easily into, those energies and it's like, "Oh, I don't care, I wanna rush into it." It's like, "No, no, 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 no." So they're like, "Take a big deep breath, take a step," not a step away, but just a step back to see perspective and go, "Alright, no matter how much my heart wants to leap into this, I'm going to take our time," right? And so I like that for you. Alright. So that's what they have for you. But I like it, that a feeling of abundance is there. So that's good. All right. So that is what they have for you, Maria. Thank you again for your donation. Right. And then Nelia, we're circling back around here for your second donation. So, your sticker. So thank you for this donation. And you like a general reading on Megan and Bryce's relationship. Will they stop seeing each other and why? Will an ex come back to whose life? Megan or Bryce? All right. Let's take a look here. I'm just going to take a sip here of my little peach tea. All right. So, general reading on Megan and Bryce. So, what do you want us to know in general? Okay, they want 2 and 2. So one is Megan, the other is Bryce. All right. Will they stop seeing each other? Okay. And why? And then will an ex come back into whose life? So let's see here. Megan or Bryce. All right. So let's take a look here. The bottom of the deck, we do have the 6 of coins followed by the death card. And the 6 of coins is one of my cards that with this combination, I'm kind of feeling codependent relationship. Um, so, that when we have codependent relationships, I'm a recovering enabler in codependent relationships. So I totally get that one person gives and gives and gives until they're exhausted and continues to give until they're resentful. They don't allow the other person to give to them, and they end up um, giving to other places, either job, education, hobby, friends, or fairs. And so it feels like there is this possibility right now of an ending with this, and we'll see what else comes in the cards that are coming in here. So we've got Megan on the left, right? Because that's the first. Let me just scroll up here. I think that's who you mentioned first, because that's how it came out. Let me just make sure. Yeah. So Megan's on the left and Bryce is on the right. So Megan, just this is the general portion here. Megan, yeah, she kind of feels alone, even though being together here, the Hermit, and with the Ace of Spikes coming in here, they're really gaining a lot of clarity around themselves and what they want and who they are, and but they do feel this, um, separateness that's coming in here. So they might feel a little bit abandoned and a little bit, but again, alone. I feel alone. And then Bryce, yeah. So we've got the 6 of Hearts, the 6 of Cups, and the High Priestess. So hidden and unknown, someone from the past coming back. So kind of, I guess we've we know who has someone come back into their life, right? So it feels like it's more Bryce that has someone come back from the past, with the high priestess is the revealer of hidden things, meaning there's hidden things. And the Six of Cups is one of the cards that means someone from our past coming back. So, uh-huh, uh-huh. So let's take a look here and see um, what else they want us to know here. So, will they stop seeing each other and why? So, will they stop seeing each other? Well, we got the 10 of Hearts, which can mean, um, 10 is the number of endings, the ending of love. And the reason why, the 10 of Spikes, the 10 of Swords, expectations galore, right? So a lot of disappointments, a lot of supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be. And, that's what happens, when we have a lot of expectations that we all are given growing up about how a relationship is supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, blah, 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 right? It sucks the life out of a relationship because we're focusing on who someone is not being. Whereas if we take expectations and we don't have any, or very little, then we're celebrating who someone is. And who wants to be in a relationship where you're celebrated all the time? Everyone, right? Who wants to be in a relationship where you're constantly told how you're failing and falling short? No one, right? Or people who are masochists. But, you know, so I do feel like there's these expectations that come up that suck the life out of the relationship. You're not being this, you're not doing this, you're not saying things right, you're not doing things right. Um, why didn't you call me back? Who are you talking to? Blah blah blah. There's all this. The 10 of Swords usually has someone laying down exhausted with all the swords stuck in their back. And I feel like with, asking will it end, we got double X's, double endings, you know, double ending of the relationship, that's being reinforced in there, right? So let's take a look here, and we're confirming, that who ends up having someone come back from the past. So I don't feel like there's um like the person coming back from the past isn't the reason for the breakup. Otherwise, we would get like the Three of Cups or some sort of meddler that's coming into their life, right? Um, it's the all these expectations, and it just gets exhausting, and it just feels like there's you know a wall that gets built between them because of all these unfulfilled expectations. Um, when I asked, who has someone that comes back from their past, when I asked for Megan, right? We got the Knight of Coins, which is slowest moving knight. No, they're not quick to move on to another relationship, but it feels like Bryce with the Four of Coins, they're looking for the stability in the outside world. Look, a rat. It's the rat of the zodiac, Chinese zodiac. But there is this, I don't know if someone from home or from what was back home kind of feel that comes in here with that. So it feels like they will move on, um, and so they don't get back together by this current energy that's coming in here. Um, but it does feel like Bryce is the one who reconnects with a past ex, not while they're together, but after they've broken up. And let me just put these back in here, and we'll pull also an Akashic Truth Oracle. Come on, there it goes. All right. So let's see what else they have here. Tell us what else we can know about Megan and Bryce. All right. Yep. So we got acceptance coming in here. And it says, you may be disappointed with a recent outcome. Remember, if one door closes, you're being redirected to one that will soon open to your true soul path. And this is so perfect for relationships. So it's like, accept that it's like the tower, right? It's whenever anyone or anything is removed out of our lives, it's removed out of our lives for us to make space for something that's more in alignment with our true self and to clear the pathway. So when it doesn't work out between the two, they learned what they needed to learn about each other and themselves in the relationship. And with them being removed out of each other's lives, that allows them to go on to be with someone that's more in alignment with their soul path. So they are acting as more of stepping stones, um, and they will. It'll be an upgrade. Whenever we have things leave us, it's never to downgrade, it's to upgrade to the next level. So I feel like that's a good reminder, kind of a source of I don't know, comfort for you. If you feel like, oh no, it's like, you know what? No, I'm going to see that they're both going to go on and be happier with someone else. So, or good. You're right. So that's what they have for you for that one, Nelia. You are very welcome. And thank you for your dual donations. All right. So we are to Moonlight, and then Joyful will be up after that. And then if I don't have any other donations, we'll start on my YouTube channel members. Any of the free readings that I haven't done, they'll see their names in green with the little badge. And if anyone does still want to donate to have your reading prioritized and to dive deeper, I'm going to be on for about 45, actually, 40 more minutes or so. Um, and then I'll be heading off to spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members. So if you want to make sure I get to yours in this session or tonight, I will make sure all of my YouTube channel members and my donations, if I don't complete them in the 2 hours that I'm on, I'll come back on and finish those out too. All right. So, Moonlight, thank you so much for the ice cream cone and for your donation. And you have here, so you want to know, does R have some negative energy in their house? There's a heavy cold coming in there in the evening and the dog's barking, always coming to lay down beside us. Staring at the hall. Ooh. Wow. Let's take a look here. So, is there a lower vibrational energy or entity wandering around the house here? Let's see what they have here. What do they want you to know about this energy in the house? Okay, I feel like they want those two as well. Yeah, there is some lower vibrational emotional energy in the house. I don't feel like it's an entity though, because we've got the Nine of Swords, which represents our fears. It's the nightmare and insomnia card, but it represents, our individual fears and lower vibrational energy. If we have people fearing, if we have people experiencing, anger and betrayal and unforgiveness and any of those lower vibrational energies that are rooted in fear, it creates pockets of energy. That's when we do house clearings. What I do is I sit down on the ground and I put my hands on the ground and I just imagine love energy, bright, bright white, unconditional love energy, which is the most powerful energy in this realm, any realm. It just goes through me, out my arms, into the floor, and it starts going up the walls and in the ceiling, and it moves out throughout every room, throughout to the property line, right? And then it fills the air too. And then we just ask and say, if anything is of lower vibration, it can transform into higher vibration, or it has to step outside of that. So if there's any lower vibrational energy or any lower vibrational, souls that are still experiencing, they haven't totally wanted to move into the higher realms, they're still wanting to experience the lower vibrational of the planet, They just have to leave your zone that you're creating. We're the powerful ones here with our intention. Anything that's has left its body or is emotional energy hanging out, we have, you know, power over it all. It doesn't have any say so in our environment. It has to either convert or it can't stand the light and it needs to go into the shadows somewhere else, right? So I definitely feel like there's some energy. Let's see what else comes in here with these other cards that's on the deck. You got the vampire. Dun, 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 dun. And this is funny that you get the vampire, but it's the King of Swords, King of Spikes, which is a lot of mental energy, a lot of being in the head and not in the heart, being caught up in a lot of lower vibrational supposed to, shoulds, and need tos, have tos. And they're giving you this gift of the Ace of Swords to allow to see things from a higher perspective as well. We got the wisdom. Here's the wisdom king, which is the Hierophant. It's the higher self, calling us to see things again from the capital T truths. What's truly happening? What is the truth of things? It's funny. I like that the vampire card came up because one of the things when I'd get asked a lot about curses and is can someone use black magic and curse me and is there evil and um in the scenarios they give it's like um think of like all the vampire movies where we have to invite the vampire into the house. So we hear a knock at the door, we look through the little peephole, we see it's a vampire. We can either ignore it and go, oh, whatever, I'm not letting you in. Or we can open the door and they're like, let me in. And you're like, no. And you slam the door. Or like the third situation is we open the door and they say, let me in. They're like, okay, come in. And then we're their blood bag and we're giving our blood to them. But we can uninvite them and they can be, repelled out the door. Or a fourth scenario is we open it and, you know, they say, well, let me in. We're like, no, no. And they're like, well, per this agreement, this contract written in their handwriting, saying, well, when you deny me coming in, you have to give me blood. So they throw a couple of blood bags in. And if we go, oh, okay, and we fill up the blood and give it to them, and then they drink it, and then they're like, here's some more. We're the ones giving away our power. And that's how energy works. We're the ones that our energy flow, whatever we focus on is what we attract, like attracts like, right? So if someone comes up to me and says, I'm putting a curse on you, if I believe it and they're like, you're going to get sick. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get sick. I'm going to get sick. I'm going to get sick. If I'm the one putting the energy, if I'm going to get sick, guess what? My energy is inviting myself to get sick. But if they say, I put a curse on you and you're going to get sick, and I'm all, "Ooh, boo, 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 boo," because I don't believe it, I'm not going to be impacted by it because my energy controls my life. Their energy controls theirs. But if someone can convince me that it's real, then my own fear, my own lower vibrational energy is going to draw in lower vibration. But all of that to say you're empowered, you hold the power and you can do what I did, or however you feel you want to do it, where you put this big bubble of love energy around and it will transform the energy that's there. Right. Yep. The Five of Coins, Five of Pentacles. This is the movement of lack and these feelings of drama in the outside world. So I don't know if there's been some drama going in the house that's here. Yeah, we have like some dreams that haven't been coming true for someone, possibly because we've got the Nine of Hearts, which is dreams come true, but we have the Three of Swords, which is expectations equal disappointment and heartbreak. So it feels like someone has some lower vibrational energy that's just brought it in, um, but that can be transformed, right? And just step into your power, realizing that you can have that love energy just fill you up and flow out and fill up the entire um, home, right? That you can surround that and do that kind of house clearing in a way. Let's see what else they want here with the Akashic Truth Oracle. Okay. So your fortune cookie is, yeah, and professional assistance if you need it too. If you feel like, well, I don't know if I'm really, you know, able to do that, then there are people who do house clearings. There's probably someone locally if you want someone to actually physically come in, or people that do it remotely as well. Says it may be time to seek wise counsel. This could be in any life area, from legal, financial advice to more personal needs such as counseling or therapy, or like you said, house clearing and clearing out that energy that's there, right? All right, so hopefully that helps. There, Moonlight. So you can clear that away. All right. And then the last donation I have here is Joyful28. So thank you so much for your donation and your patience in getting to your reading here. And you said the question is below. So let's take a look here. You just want to, let's see. Oh, here it is. How will you meet the one? After enjoying being single for 2 years, you feel a pull to get into a romantic relationship. Like, will it happen organically or through some sort of dating event? I don't want to date. I don't blame you. You just want to enter a relationship with the intention of marriage. All right, very good. All right, so let's take a look here, Joyful. Let's shuffle up here. And so for the relationship that's coming here, the next relationship, let's talk about how. How do we enter it? How do we find it? What unfolds here? I don't like those. But those. Okay. Yeah. So the bottom of the deck, wow, and you even have the Justice card here and the Ace of Hearts. I like this. So you've got this balancing coming in here with the Two of Coins, the Two of Pentacles, and the Justice card with the actual scales there. And then you have the Ace of Cups, which is new love coming in. I like this, that there's no wrong way that it will happen. And I feel like you have a couple ways that you guys will come across each other's path, and we'll see what those are here. You've got 3 cards like this, and then 3 cards like this. So I feel like there's 3 different options of how you guys might, bump bump into each other and discover each other, and then the 3 is how it unfolds, once you guys meet, so I like that. So, let's take a look here. So, you've got the 6 of coins. You also have the Empress. Okay, that makes sense. And then you also have the Page of Hearts. So the 3 different ways. The first of all, with the 6 of coins, I feel like this is like this equal giving and receiving type of energy. And I feel like that is like there's an event of some sort that you might have an opportunity to be invited to, where you're giving and you're helping because you have so much to give. So it's like it would be like if you like volunteered at a soup kitchen, or you know a food bank, or helped volunteer somewhere. You have this opportunity where you volunteering, that they're also volunteering, and there's a possibility of a spark there. So there is that possibility on this little path here. There's like 3 paths that can bring you guys to meeting. The second possibility of you guys meeting is the Empress card, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And I feel like this is getting out into nature, and doing things. And it's like a group activity where it's either, some sort of gardening, public gardening, camping, hiking, but it's a group event, right? It's not like you're out by yourself and you bump into the stranger in the forest. It's nothing like that. It's you nurturing and doing something that's giving back to Mother Earth and being out in nature and being out in that. And it can be even being at a park, at some sort of gathering at a park that you also meet up there, right? And then the third one, and these all do feel organic. It doesn't feel like you're dating, like, ugh, it's you're doing stuff that you enjoy and love and feel called to do. Because ultimately, here with the Page of Hearts, this is about living your passion, doing things that you love. And in doing things that you love, they're doing things that they love, and you meet, and there's a spark, and then things progress. We'll see how they progress here. But you do have these three options, and so, it's like there's this volunteer work, there's getting out into nature, and there's doing a hobby and some sort of thing that you love to do. And then let's see what unfolds here. Yeah. Yeah. So there is this letting go of expectation. So here's all this. This is what I have to do to find someone to get married to. This long list of supposed to be's, should be, need to be's, and the devil card, the shadow card, the vice card. Again, these are all about getting out of your head of all the supposed to be and should be and all those long list of things of who they're supposed to be, whom I'm supposed to be. This is how we're supposed to meet. This is how it's supposed to unfold. Blah 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 blah. It's like I'm tired of trying to live up to all that. So I'm just going to go do what I love to do, and I happen to meet someone that there's a spark between us that organically, like how you use that word, unfolds, and you guys move forward, and you have the wheel of fortune. It just feels like the wheels of fate turn, and you just have this connection, and it just unfolds. But it's about letting go of all of the old ways of thinking things are supposed to happen, and um I feel like they're gonna be like, you're not gonna be their normal, and they're not gonna be your normal, you know, type, and but it's good. It's a good thing because you're getting out of these cages of your heart and mind, and, it's like, "Wow, and who would have thunk?" And boom, that's what happens there. So, I love that for you. Let's also pull an Akashic Truth Oracle. Let's see what else they want you to know here about how do you meet them. Okay. Anything else? Yeah, getting out of the victim mindset. That's that old ways of thinking, right? So we could feel like the world was against us, and this was only causing us to attract more negative results. So we're stopping the blame game and taking responsibility for our happiness. Only then will abundance start to flow. So that makes total sense. You're like, you know what? I'm not gonna wait around and go through all these hoops and do all these things. I'm taking my happiness into my own hands. I'm gonna go do the stuff I love to do, and that's where you meet. So I love that. All right. So that is what they have for you. Joyful 28. So again, thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. All right, I think that was the last of the donations. So now I'm going to jump up, and part of my YouTube channel memberships is that during these sessions, they get second priority for the free readings over after donations. So if you're interested, you can check out a link down below. We talk about, I have two levels, Zen Cricket and Praying Mantis level, which here in about 25 minutes, I'm going to be headed off to spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members. That's $7.99 a month, and my Zen Cricket is $2.99 a month. In addition to being prioritized in these sessions, we have a Wednesday night with all members for 2 hours of free readings. And then for my Praying Mantis, we got 2 hours also, in addition to that, on Thursdays, and then an hour after my Friday and Saturday and my Sunday afternoon session um, as well. So if you're interested, you can check that out. All right. So let's scroll up here. So Sean G, you would like some general guidance for the upcoming week, and free readings are like 1 to 2 cards, so these will go a little faster as well. So general reading. All right. You do hear, a general reading around the week. The King of Scepters, the King of Wands, is about taking control, taking your energy into your own hands. And with this page of hearts, this page of cups, it's about put your energy and kind of restructure your energy into those things that make your heart feel full. You know, it's like choose joy next week. When you're starting to feel full and you're starting to feel stressed or pulled in all these directions, think about in that moment, what would make my heart feel joyful? If it's going and sitting in the sun or, going and petting your pet cat or dog or getting a glass of, juice or water or your a cup of coffee or tea or whatever brings you little joys in those moments. I feel like next week it's all about focus on as many moments of joy as you can and realize I am the one that focuses my energy and like attracts like. And that will help recalibrate and bring you into a different energy that will allow those things that we're feeling kind of stressful or like, ugh, I don't want to do this kind of stuff. Once you take a moment to remember to be grateful and joyful in this moment, it transforms the energy and it allows you just to have all these little moments of happiness and joy makes everything else. It's like a spoon full of sugar helps the medicine go down is the song that they're playing in my head. So I like that for you, Sean. All right. So that is what they have. So many blessings to you. All right. And we did that. We did that. So free reading. So Nelia, your free reading. Anything you need to know. Let's see what they have here. So let me take a sip here. Help the medicine go down, right? Take a little sip of my peach tea. So what do you need to know right now? Yeah, you've got these cards of kind of balance coming in here. King of Coins really becoming grounded and sitting in some grounding energy. You got the Queen of Swords who balances the head and the heart. And then the Ace of Scepters is the Ace of Wands, which is this spark, this energy, this new um, passion, this new uh, excitement, right? That's coming in here, and it comes in when we're able to be still, sit in silence, and really close our eyes and open our heart, get out of our head, and even look to the stars. I like that. Even if you sit out and look up at the night sky and just sit there and allow yourself to feel the energy in your body and feel like where it is and where you feel like you're being drawn to, because I feel like you're at this kind of place in your life where you're ready for a new energy, a new upgrade, a new draw, a new journey, a new adventure to come in. And I feel like they're wanting you to know that this is how you can do that. Getting still and getting quiet will help with that. Right. So I like that for you. That is what they have for you, Nelia. So many blessings to you. Okay, we did those and we did those. Just scroll, scroll, scroll. Those we did already. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure I'm not skipping over anyone here. All right, and then Moonlight, here's your free question. Just to make sure here. Oh, you love looking into the night sky. I'm glad. I know. I have to put my contacts in now, otherwise I'm just like, is there anything there? All right. So, Moonlight, your free question is there anything you need to know about how to move forward during the upcoming week? All right. That's a lot of cards. Let me shuffle these up here again. And Anything you need to know about moving forward in this upcoming week? 1 and 2. All right. Yeah. You have the 2 of spikes, which is, um, indecision or like crossroads, right? It's like when you have decisions to be made here, close your eyes and open your heart and ask yourself, what do you want? And it has to do here with the 8 of spikes, which is becoming aware of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make us feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted. It's all about becoming aware of the stories that I am putting to a situation, because we're given a lot of stories growing up about when that happens, this is what it means. When that happens, this is what it means. When that happens, that's what that means. That happens. I mean, all this stuff, right? We're inundated with stories. But the things of the outside world just are until they get in here, and then we assign the story. And until we're like have this aha and this epiphany that, wait a minute, I'm the one that gets to choose the story. Yeah. Well, what about all these other stories? Well, we're given a lot of stories to pull from, but that doesn't mean that we have to assign that story to that. I can choose to continue to have a habit of that means this, or I can get a little rebellious and go, when that happens, I'm going to choose that makes me laugh and that it's funny and that it's for me instead of that it's happening to me. Wow, a change of story, a change of how I'm applying that story to my life. And we're taught a lot growing up that there's so many things that mean so many bad things about ourselves, and that it's supposed to be bad, bad. And we come down here to experience what it might feel like to be a victim to life. And so we experience what it feels like to be a victim to life until we're tired of feeling like a victim to life. And then we can choose a different story. And so when I get fired from a job, I'm not getting fired from a job, and it doesn't mean anything bad about me. I'm being released to go live my dream. See the power change that happens? When that person cheated on me, it means I was horrible and not worthy to be faithful to. No, when they cheated on me, they were showing me how I was cheating on myself with them. I was looking for my validation from them instead of my higher self. I'm free. This has brought me freedom. We can change the stories, and I feel like that's what they're wanting you to know is how you can move forward past things is by reframing the story that you're putting on things. See it from a place of empowerment, from unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and gratitude, and go, yeah, you know, it's okay that I chose that I was a victim before. I wanted to experience that, but I'm tired of feeling like a victim, tired of having that story of victim. But I want a comedy in my life, not a horror movie. Seen enough of those. Time for comedy, right? So that's what they have for you, Moonlight. Hopefully that helps. Many blessings to you. Okay, we did those. We did those. Okay, we did those. All right. I think that is all. Oh, good night, Nelia. You too. Thank you so much. Many blessings to you. All right, so that was all of my donations and all of my YouTube channel members, and I'm going to jump up to the very top and get through as many as I can here in the next, 15, 16 minutes or so. So for anyone that I don't get to, because I know I'm not going to get through all the free readings here, I will be back tomorrow and on Sundays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Anyone that puts any of their questions out there, I do come back in the afternoon if I don't get to them, and I complete all readings for that morning session. So I do that special on Sunday for all of those of you that have been trying to get your answers on Friday and Saturday, and I, with no luck, but I will make sure you get a message tomorrow if you return. So thank you for your patience with all the free readings too. All right. So, and I just saw, hey, Mary the Aries, not sure if you're still here. Hey, long time no see. All right. So, Macaroni, you want P's current thoughts about you? All right. So, what are their current thoughts here? We got the little Trojan horse of the Five of Cups here. And so there is this movement of lower vibrational emotions to higher vibration emotions. And so they do have feelings that are there and emotions that are there. But I kind of feel like they're in this transformation of kind of like we're talking about getting out of victim, lower vibrational, hurt and pain of the past. And they're trying to transform it. They're trying to make a different emotional choice. But I kind of feel like they've kind of just learned that when I focus on my lower vibration, I get a lot more attention and sympathy from others. And I feel like that's kind of where they kind of, you know, focus on. So it's almost like they'll choose drama over, you know, a non drama because it, um, in some weird way, not weird ways, but in human ways, it makes them feel better about themselves because they're pointing at other people and they're not focusing on failures that they have that they feel they've done. They're focusing on what other people have done. And this is the kind of energy they're caught up in, and so I don't feel like it's specifically geared at you, but you're included in all of that because they do it to everyone and they feel better about themselves when they're pointing at the faults of other people, if that makes sense. And so I just feel like they're caught up in this lower vibrational emotional energy. And it's because they were taught that. It's like a form of manipulation in a way from when they were younger growing up. It was done to them. They think it's just normal and natural, and they haven't learned a different way yet. So I kind of feel like that's the kind of energy that's coming in right now, macaroni. Right? Fun, fun. All right. Many blessings to you. And then Samya Rao, hello, hello. So is your brother-in-law Shiva Prasad still? Do they think about you with well wishes, or are they in negativity now? Five of Wands constantly changing, and this depends on what mood they're in. Five of Wands is one of my drama cards. We just had a drama card. We have another drama card. And, so, understanding that people, we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So if I'm in a great mood, I'm going to think highly of other people. If I'm in a bad mood, I'm going to think negatively of other people. So realize that, how your brother-in-law thinks of you is really none of your business because it has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with what they're feeling, how they're seeing the world in the moment. It's fickle, it's wishy-washy, as all human opinion is. That's why if you focus on how do you feel about yourself, that's what matters. You can control that. You can't control how someone's seeing things because, it depends on what they're going through. So I like this freedom that comes with letting it letting their opinion go, and just know that you control your life and you control the decisions on what you wanna do, but you can't control anything with them. Investing energy into that is just a poor, uh, rate of return. It's a poor investment because it just is like pouring money down the drain. um, Investing your emotional energy in what anyone else thinks about us is a waste of our energy because we can't control it. So it's like, oh, well, I tried. It's like trying to lift a giant boulder. Ugh, well, I tried. Well, it was a waste of our energy. It's like, let me focus on lifting myself up instead. All right. So hopefully that helps, Samia. That's what they have for you. So many blessings. And then musical beer, you are up next. Anyone know what does Paul O think of you at work? All right. There's this movement of emotion here. There is this feeling of brightness and things, and like we were just talking about here with Samya, it depends on when you're asking, because the Knight of Hearts is a movement of emotion, kind of like the Five of Wands and those that's it's constantly changing. It depends on um what kind of mood they're in, what's going on with them. Seems like normally they kind of feel happy about it, but again, it depends. And I like this pointing back. It's like there's these all three of these first questions are all kind of intertwined in this lesson for all of us that we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. We see through these glasses of our own experiences and filters. And so when we're looking out in the world, there are mirrors. A more productive question for us is, what do I see when I look into the outside world? Because they're mirrors for me, showing me how I feel about myself. When other people look at me, their thoughts and feelings towards me, I'm a mirror, are really about themselves. They're finding and seeing these reflections for their own selves. So, we can look and understand and go, oh, okay. So rather than ask, how do they think of me? Ask, how do I think of them? And then, when I'm pointing, there's three fingers pointing back at me, which is, oh, somehow I can't recognize something in someone else unless it exists within me, both the positives and lower vibrational too. So hopefully that helps a little bit in gaining clarity. It's like, well, it feels like most of the time, but that could be because you think of yourself higher vibrationally a lot of the time. But when you're perceiving and picking up that they're not thinking well of you, it's because you're not thinking well of yourself, right? So hopefully that helps a little bit there, musical beer. And that's what they have for you. So many blessings. And then, hi, my name is Flo. So Flo is am emotionally available towards you. All right. Yeah, we've got the mage, the magician card here. So there is well, I don't know if emotionally. This is more energetically attraction kind of energy, not emotionally. They're, you know, energetically available, attraction available, intimacy available, but emotions with this masculine fire energy. It's not cups emotional energy, water energy. It's fire, passion energy. So they're passionately available. But when I get this kind of answer to this kind of question, it really tells us that they're not emotionally available to themselves. So how can they be emotionally available to anyone else? Right? Not a whole lot of self-love. And so they revert to passion and energy. In that kind of attraction instead of emotion, right? So I don't feel like they have that kind of availability to some more passion, if that makes sense. All right. So that's what they have for you, Flo. So many blessings to you. And then we have Highness. Is RK dating someone? Someone, Seven of Hearts, a lot of different emotions for a lot of different people. I don't feel like they're dating someone. I feel like their dance card is full, though they've got a lot of emotional interests, but I don't feel like they've zeroed in to one. It's kind of like not necessarily a Don Juan energy, but their heart just has attraction to a lot of individuals, but I don't feel like they're um, have the courage or the desire to choose one because they feel like I need all of this love interest to feel lovable because they haven't found the love inside of themselves yet. So they're trying to fill themselves up with all this different love and interactions with others there. But they're not dating and committed to anyone. They're just kind of experiencing a lot of emotion with a lot of different people. Not meaning that they're, you know, the town horror or anything. It doesn't mean intimacy necessarily, but it's a lot of emotion that they're feeling from a lot of different people, if that makes sense. All right. So that's what they have for you, Highness. So many blessings to you. Right. Let's see where we're at here. So we're going to be on for about 5 more minutes. So, JJJ, more on the card holder headband. Where can I find them? It's important. We've got the sun card here coming in. I feel like you'll have victory. Ask for light to be shown in here. This is like, it's not the phoenix, it's the thunderbird, I think. But there's this. asking um, for light to be shown. Ask spirit to show you and guide you and put light and shine light in the area, and you will be guided. I like this energy of um, victory and brightness and higher vibrational energy. Let it not be a fear-based energy, but ask spirit going, all right, you guys, I just am asking you of my own free will to guide me and show me. And I feel like there will be a spotlight that will be shown, and then you'll be able to find them. You're going to be guided directly. You're going to get like this message, this intuition. It's either going to be a thought drops in your head or a nudge and a draw or something in the physical world that kind of just da-da, and it guides you towards there. So I like it, but just don't be afraid to ask. There's nothing too small or too big regarding that. Okay. And then Ateshi Singh, you want to know, are DK and SB thinking of you? I got the Empress. It's Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, very nurturing type of energy here. And I don't feel like that they're more focused on their own selves than anyone else. And this is a good nudge for us to do the same. They're like, give yourself all this love and attention that you're wanting in this, that so many people are so caught up in their own lives that the important thing is for you to fill up first and give yourself the love, because the greatest gift you can give the world is a healthy, full, overflowing you. And this is permission for you to focus on you. What do you want? What do you want to unfold? What creativity, what nurturing, what lovely thing you can do for yourself? And I feel like this is what your spirit team is going, nah, let's focus in on you. And this is where your empowerment comes from. So I like that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Teshi. And then doll faced diva, you are up. And general for next week. All right. Three of coins, three of pentacles. Don't be afraid to ask for help and assistance next week. This is a week of creativity, of sharing, of being your authentic self, and but also asking for others for assistance. And um, it's you give so much to so many people. I feel like it's an important time for you to allow people to help you and to ask for whatever the smallest thing is, and just don't be afraid to open up and ask, because there are people that do want to give to you and help you, because this wonderful feeling you have when you help others. This is a gift that you give to them so they can feel that way too. Again, you give so much that if some individuals that are able to give to you, they're like, I've been looking for some way to show you that I'm so appreciative of you. And this is a way that I can do that. And it makes them feel good. And it helps you too. So I like that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Dollface Diva. And then KVH, you want a general for this week coming up as well. You got the Seven of Spikes, the Seven of Swords. This is a card of being truthful, not hiding things, not switching the truth, not deceiving. And this is both for ourselves, looking at what our own thoughts and beliefs might make us feel limited and small and trapped, and, anything that we might, kind of have, you know, um, illusion around. This is about being truthful, really being clear, really being concise, not hiding anything, not any half truths, or how we can be, where people ask us a question and we'll answer them knowing we're leaving them with the wrong impression. This is about being truthful and honest next week, not hiding anything, because everything is going to come out into the light. So it's important for you just to be truthful and honest with everything next week, especially. All right. So that's what's coming in there for you. All right. So that is going to be it. I'm going to be headed off here. So sorry to everyone else that I did not get to this evening. I know, appreciate your patience in trying to get to the free readings, but I will return tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Mountain Time. And if you get your question in there, if I don't get to it within those 2 hours, I go spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members, and then I eat, and then I do come back and make sure everyone gets an answer from Spirit. So if you've been trying, thank you so much. Hang in there. Try again tomorrow. And if you're interested, I do have memberships, YouTube channel memberships, which is my Zen Cricket level, $2.99 a month, gives you priority in these readings. Plus, on Wednesdays, we have a 2-hour session. It's a small group of less than 30 people. So, um, in fact, yeah. And so we can get through a lot of readings and you can ask as many questions. We do oracle readings, past life readings, whatever you'd like. And then my Praying Mantis level is $7.99 a month, which gives you all of that. Plus, on Thursdays, there's 2 hours. And after my Friday and Saturday night sessions, where I'm about to head off to, we spend an hour with my Praying Mantis members. And then on Sunday afternoons, I also have an hour with them. So if you're interested, be sure to check that out. We actually dive even deeper into things in my Praying Mantis sessions, like we're reading a book right now about trusting your vibes, growing our intuition, and different things as well. So if you're interested, there's a link in the description box on how to sign up for that too. I also offer personal readings. All that, there's a link talking about. I do past life readings, relationship readings, birthday readings, just general readings altogether. But they're all listed there. I do some other things too. So if you're interested, check that out. And I definitely appreciate all the love, all the support, all the thumbs up, and all the donations. It's what allows me to do this, and it's what I do for my life right now. So thank you guys again so much. And remember, every second of every day of your lives, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, enjoy the rest of your night or day, wherever you're at in the world. Until I see you, much love. Hang in there. Take care of yourself. We'll see you soon.